Hi, today the topic that I'm going to discuss about is Rapid Application Development Model, otherwise known as RAD. First, let's see what is RAD. RAD or Rapid Application Development Process is an adoption of the waterfall model. It targets at developing software in a short span of time and it follows the iterative. Rapid application development is a type of agile software development model that came into existence in 1980s. Its invention was a direct result of the drawbacks of regressive traditional development models such as the waterfall software development model. One of the major flaws in waterfall model was that once the software enters the testing phase, it becomes very difficult to alter its core functions and features. Ultimately, it ends up with a software that may or may not fit our evolving requirements. And RAD was the first development model to challenge this. RAD is a progressive development model that gives more importance to rapid prototyping and speedy feedback over a lengthy development and testing cycle. In a nutshell, it enables low-code rapid application development through which business can roll out new application faster. And it is the core of the hour for digital transformation in 2018. SDLC, which means System Development Lifecycle RAD model, has the following phases. First one is business modeling, then data modeling, after that process modeling, then application generation, and at last testing and turnover. These phases mentioned are depicted in this chart, which is collectively called as RAD prototype model. It focuses on input, output, source and destination of the information. It emphasizes on delivering projects in smaller pieces. The larger projects are divided into a series of smaller projects. The main features of RAD model are that it focuses on the reuse of templates, tools, processes and code. Now, let's see the different phases of RAD model in detail. The first phase is business modeling. Here, the product is designed on the basis of the flow of information and distribution between various business channels. Next phase is data modeling. Here, the information collected from business modeling is refined into a set of data objects that are significant for the business. In process modeling, the data object that is declared in this phase is transformed to achieve the information flow necessary to implement a business function. Automated tools are used for the construction of the software to convert process and data models into prototypes in application generation phase. In the last phase, that is testing and turnover phase, as the prototypes are individually tested during every iteration, the overall testing time is reduced in RAD. Now, let's see what are the advantages and disadvantages of SDLC RAD model. First one is, it is flexible and adaptable to changes. During development in RAD, software is in a malleable form. That is, code can be changed to dramatically alter the entire software system or generate new components. The development team should take advantage of this flexibility early by iterating and prototyping potential concepts or ideas to eventually build out the immaculate software. Next one is, it is useful when you have to reduce the overall project risk. It is easier to transfer deliverables as scripts, high-level abstractions, and intermediate codes are also used. And due to code generators and code reuse, it helps in the reduction of manual coding. Each phase in RAD delivers highest priority functionality to the client. With less people, productivity can be increased within a short span of time. And there will be lesser possibilities for defects due to prototyping nature of RAD model. The various disadvantages are, it can't be used for smaller projects. Sometimes, every application may not be compatible with the RAD model. And it is also not suitable if technical risk is high. And if the developers are not committed to delivering software on time, it may fail. Due to time boxing, where features are pushed to a later version to finish a release in short period, the features will be reduced in this model. And there may be also chances for reduced scalability because a RAD developed application begins as a prototype and evolves into a finished application. Progress and problems adapted to existing conditions are hard to track as such because there is no documentation to demonstrate what has been done. And finally, it requires highly skilled designers and developers in its development process. Now let's see when to use RAD methodology. A RAD model can be used when a system needs to be performed in a short span of time, for example 2 to 3 months. Rapid application development model is the best option if we have got a tight deadline or under pressure to deliver something that works. Opting RAD saves our time. Otherwise, we need to go through a long requirement planning and design phase. This model can also be used when the requirements to be met are known and the user will be involved throughout its lifecycle. If the technical risk is less and when there is a necessity to create a system that can be modelized in 3 months of time. The rapid application development model is relatively inexpensive as compared to the other development models. However, there are instances where it can be expensive. At those times, we may need to hire technology experts and give them fitting salaries considering the bright side. Thus, the expertise of the staff hired leads to the idea development much quicker than any other model. So that this model can be used if the budget is high enough to afford designers for modeling, along with the cost of automated tools for code generation. So, in conclusion, it can be said that there is absolutely no doubt that with the right team and dedicated stakeholders, the RAD model can advance project competencies and yield timely and increased client satisfaction. So that's all. Thank you.